the MD combat. You better the bet my yabwa some of you to be able to keep doing what you are doing for Mother Ghana.
MD no where there.
The whole yapa.
Yes, Mona.
There be and that. Master, you're 24 hours. Once the plant is running, over 24 hours, until sometimes or no better my bar and a Joe and then leave there around 12 a.m. Sometimes you bar leave there midnight, and then sometimes you better halt till an upper. I mean, especially at the time I turn around maintenance. Yes, it's a plant, So because the workers need motivation, and as leaders, also you check why no. So your man penny and that minister and I mean, who are you?
Oh,
yes, made that I'm telling you. Wow. And sure, in Tuntumu, whatever. The point is that we wanted the plant back. I will say it's many plants nearby. And first one I benya Ghana benyano. I had to say send a gold board. Like a hoto in terms of foreign exchange more and the kind of employment Ghana for. For us, it was a national service. It was a national call, and President Mahama say, and the Minister Honorable John Jinapo and the board for the trust they put in us, and we haven't filled them. And I'm sure everybody is happy. I'm saying, watch your videos,
Yeah.
His Excellency John Jamani Mahama Ebaho on Saturday, and then everything that he needed to say to thank us or to appreciate our work. I'm saying that is all that we wanted. The appointees deliver. So far, so good.
Young Koto Abakosem Kakra. Senemuja in 2016. From 17 Bepim 25 6 January. Now they are on the 7th. President Mama second coming no. And Yamobe 2 year. And baby Amodia Baby Drew. Sena Mobe 2 to. Now the success story no. Esha time.
My main chair with you for all the listeners and viewers of Radio Gold. And then let me share our management and staff of TOR refinery. Let me say I appointed in January 2025.
Okay.
And one of the things our Mampenyi or appointed was Shabodada. And we share your manifesto more. Any videos be a bra program on Saturday. Say but some of the promises our Mampenyi and one of the promises our is he will make sure he revives TOR refinery.
Okay.
So that video no.
Okay.
And almost everywhere Mampenyi Kobiano is one of the things he tells people, aside other industries and as a factories in Ghana. And so TOR in 1961 incorporated by Eshe Jumase in 1963 under the name GAIP, Ghana Italian Petroleum Company. And TOR is worth about $1 billion. It's $1 billion. And Nkrumah they see TOR. And 1977, we acquired all the shares. First, Ghana Italian, but then in 1977, government of Ghana acquired all the shares. And so in 1991, under President Rawlings, they converted a deal from GAIP to TOR oil refinery.
Okay.
And then TOR, your nameplate capacity, 28,000. 45,000, sorry. But then CDU nunkwa 28,000 and so we have 2 or 3 plants, which is the CDU crude distillation unit, and more diesel, more aviation fuel, which is ATK, LPG kakra, and then kerosene, and so on and so forth, naphtha and all of those things, and then AR. And then you were another your friends and plant your friend RFCC, Mampenyi, President Rawlings, former President Rawlings, and the RFCC but it was commissioned in 2002. And also at Mipeja RFO, which is the residual fuel oil, now you more petrol and then more LPG and then more your friends, and that is on the higher level octane. So around 95, octane, around 91, around 95. No, RFCC in the bound streamer. And it produces a high quality fuel in terms of PMS. And yes, your loading gantry, baby, tankers for loading fuel products. And there was the largest storage tanks. There were 59 tanks. That can store about 3 million worth of products, both refined and then crude. Nti a huge investment nkruma wo honom. Nti I'm say from 2016 Abraham Ampenye appointee Ewadakon, now a managing director for TOR and Bost at the same time. And ono share say 10 TOR around. Into free power in 2016. Yeja crude oil of about 2 million barrels. That was TOR tank mo.
Okay.
2 million barrels. One from the make say 10 fields, you know. So like to say Yenya Jubilee, no. And then there was another 1 million in the storage tanks. And then, of course, you just come on in 2016, about over $100 million. I'm saying close to about 110. That is your ton, your stake in GPMS. Your company be your friend GPMS.
Okay.
Or more than say, all the ship bar now between petrol. Or more pipelines now between petrol.
Okay.
Your TOR there. But then Antima managing into privatize it, you know.
Okay.
Sold 65% of our shares. Saska 65% now. Am I about $110 million?
Okay.
And that is it was in TOR's account. Into free power 2017. Yeah, as you say, $100 million you have over 2 million barrels of crude. The plants are working. Into I was saying Katoa then Ekoso. But then sorry in 2017. I'm going to say CDU now perform with the CDU, which is the first plant, apart from RFCC. So CDU should perform RFCC. So one show you better perform.
Okay.
Because the product are not a feedstock now. Oben here, and they are feeding RFCC. No, when you say RFO no, and to me, and refine.
Okay.
This is a crabber. So that is what happened. Into almost jar to her CDU, no planting in the NJ Juma from 2017. From 2017, ABC 2025. The plants were not working. So it's like 6-7 years not working. Until the combat castle, there be or no one who be that. I mean, or survey and the word at home, and he saw the kind of work turning around things. Until
and yes, I don't or no other that.
No, a special assistant to yes, on a afetimoni na.
Oh, I see.
Boss MD, no, they were all working together. Until also by I said there be. Plant we yet me master plant we NCO sa I will say yekeka ya on send na omampeni ahye say I will say yet me revive it tomorrow refinery no it's on him. The onus is on him to be able to revive it. Since on the board ekasa ekache board say board say or wa because your engineers your TOR one of the best engineers in the country. In fact, TOR has one of the best engineers and they are sure they say MD say ope say yeah revive TOR we are ready.
Wow.
So reset no honoma na and so departmental meetings for doing and that is one of the good things about combat and I mean pija yon say yenim omo ni do ne engineers for nchen nti ye komo nchen sometimes ye betima komo fie na ya tena se na ya hwehwe what can we do to be able to bring the plant back just ahumbrasemo. You know, and Omo assurance say MD say your first year and God being so good, you shall say somewhere in July, August, in terms of turnaround maintenance, you know. Into if I had 3 months, and this is our plants, no, Osha plants then and now your old plant I had to say scraps, you know, decayed, na no person moton. So what I say, Mikacho say, they wanted to release the plant for like 10-15 years, you know. For $22 million, somewhere in 2024. And our unions for no car said there'll be almost penny. In fact, no more person motor several, sometimes to Renko, sometimes to Net Oil, sometimes to Intercontinental, sometimes to Dominica, your friends, a capital, you know, and so Decimal Capital. Your work is now penny because almost say, but then somehow, somewhere, you know, management no be. The managing directors no be if you say there be I will say then your free na me fast our company and share be mun some so that at least you back to my what we call the create loot and share. I hope you understand the point. It says no person moton Labadi La Palm and Labadi Beach hotels no. It was the same way but the workers were thinking like Juma will have for 20 years 30 years you know and you name plant we how can you say Yanfa plant we share be mun some because of mismanagement. Essence of manage because you have sika for $100 million plus. Now you have crude oil. What else do you need? So what's my revive it all? What's my managing it? It's all about management. I want to mean you bet man you will be able to I hope you get it. I just say Ghana. Hereby, no say the former government, MPP, look at where they took us to. That dollar was 17, and petrol prices were so high. BBR, Pascal, but on my opinion, so turn around that within how many years? Less than a year. And there was stability in our economy. So it's all about leadership. It's all about strategic leadership, visionary leadership.
And today, workers they were eager to work.
They were eager to work.
Support from management, you know.
There be no because from the top, a bit more person who used to talk it ready.
Okay.
It was like, yen chendi, so that at least yes, that's all. And so that was a mantra. But then what is now penny? And that's why DBI Omanpenny salute we are also saluting them and thanking them. In fact, morale very down those days because some salaries were low, promotions in New York. In fact, you need audited account. Only said for the past 6 years, now you need audited account. And your friend said, your car, but $570 million. $570 million.
More now, Masuma 65% stake of pipelines, no.
Yes.
And more than $100 million.
Yo.
Moko beto over $500 million.
$517 million.
$17 million.
Yes.
Wow.
In fact, you can't believe it. But then you see all of this. Sometimes your friends and GMPC, the Omoka. British Petroleum, you the Omoka $42 million. You the Blue Ocean car $3 million. You the Fuel Trade car about 32 million cedis. You the Sahara $127 million. Snake $50 million. GR the Southern American 200 million Ghana cedis. Just I cannot be the TDC. Tema Development Corporation in 240. I'm telling you, boss in the Omoka. Wow. You just can't understand how they were managing the place. But then of course, one of the things that MD Eka and say. Yentre trust. I don't know how you say it in Twi. Yentre say GDA. Your mom will say we are there to serve Mother Ghana. We are there to serve them. Yemba say yeba pebi be ama yehon there be. That is not what we are into. We are doing well in our own private lives and sana yeba. Omanpenyi di yeba for a purpose, and that purpose is to make sure that this refinery, which Nkrumah built for us, must work. To be able to save one Mother Ghana, yen save the jobs amount for, and then of course to be able to make sure say your foreign exchange, you better map pigeon and answer, you better map to stabilize our currency. So that is the key thing. And then you started say yeah, Juma kakra. You realize that within December, yet me we here. So by 19th December, and how do you call it? We lighted the flame, the flare. Until Obia who flare no abontin say
you say the TOR is back.
TOR is back in December 2019. In fact, most people BDCs amount for Omanpenny and told them that Omonye show said TOR better by your parliamentary select committee. Some of the committee members will wonder, are you sure you can bring TOR back? And TOR a lot of these petroleum agencies.
Okay.
In fact, Boss was with us. TOR, MPA just came recently. GMPC cried about later on. Petroleum Commission, Petroleum Hub, all of this in Ebeto TOR. In fact, Nkrumah yeto at the same time now VR is also by around 61. And so you could see the vision that Nkrumah had for Mother Ghana. One of the things the fact say you won't say your tolling fees, your fees are charging. Your loading gantry, baby, make us say tankers for no FR product, and your storage tanks also one of the largest storage tanks. Into fees now you're charging able to you revise all those fees because under normal circumstances, we should be able to have the market rates. Okay, over two fees, maybe $1 who charge loading gantry, maybe at $2 and now $1.5. When in the market, your other depots are more charged to say $4, $3, $5, and you are charging below. How do you expect to be able to break even and I say bet money profit out of it? Because your other your friends and depots like Pet Hub, Vanna, and so on and so forth. Fuel oil and all of those ones. And then of course, combat can say there be. We need to revise our rates. Into your revising rates, loading gantry, Abra your revising rates, ye peja ye loading period from maybe a 7 p.m. and 6 p.m. ye 10 p.m. Even within that short period, ye extended loading hours now. Your revenue peja about $2 million within the twinkle of an eye.
Wow.
Yes, peja. And so strategic thinking and leadership and that combat had to bring in. and the management support obi biara etanichi, you know, so that we can put our best foot forward and be able to get the plant back. And these are some of the things you know, having sleepless nights to be able to get the plant back.
I see. I was your friend what tuning in Pampa so Jumadia Wasogua Utieno, Deputy Managing Director at the Matema Oil Refinery. Woman na omokoto crude oil noa. Na ma danie ni woman no mu a utiminya petrol wom, utiminya diesel wom, LPG ka ho bi. Aviation for na de ade. Mo product na den product na den den.
Your AGO, which is diesel, your PMS, which is petrol, your LPG, your
the gas, no, the different gas,
the different gas, no, your friends saying naphtha, your AR, which is heavy fuel, heavy fuel, no, it's me RFO, sorry, and it's me some of the major plants. They say AXA, energy plants, you know, power.
And the product different from.
Yes, and then I had to say, black oil be, and now they supported say Valcomo, Epe, GTP, textiles, your friends in Ghana textiles, you know, some of those ones, fuel oil, and their power generators. And so we produce some of those ones as part of the pipe products. And I know so. Now, media RFCC, the second plant now about on stream. So that out of that, no better more petrol going forward. Wow. Your machine it may mix it may blend it, you know, to refine it into more gasoline, around 95. These are some of the products.
We aviation fuel also.
Yes, aviation. In fact, you're one of the best and quality aviation fuel. And one of the things that make catch a man for every US president be a Ghana be a TOR aviation fuel no use.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, a TOR aviation fuel. In fact, Obama buy Clinton buy first. Obama buy and I think I don't know another. I mean, whether it's another US president buyer, but any of the high-profile persons, Omoba with their Air Force One. I TOR aviation fuel that should tell you the caliber of things that people that we have at TOR, and then the quality of machines at your refining. But all were made to run down, and so one of the things so it's me boy and Sana Meka, is to make sure that we had to sit with a lot of them to be able to see how best so that at least we can pay some. Government can also take some
installment payment.
Installment payment. Sana minister catch on Saturday ekano emne but ade aboa ewo ekano any say exchange rate na above from no aboa pa.
Oh, I see.
Nti say we calculate ebia say $517 million in there by exchange rate of 17. You know, in those days, you know, you can see that it will be around 8 billion or something.
I see.
But then in there, say, estimate 11, into 5 billion. Look at the difference. Say $517 million by 17 of exchange rate, about 8 billion. But then there, 517 million by 11, 5 billion. Into a difference of about 3 billion. Every so. And now, boy, and pa. Inti even dollars more. We are paying you lesser than what would have been paying you, and that is why they be a salute President Mahama to forcing for the economic recovery and the stability or and then other ones only say you need GRA or state to state there. You know what meet nas as a challenge. When say yendi adia betu yenye and your fault inti monshwe na momboa munya seto yejuma eyema Ghana for nyina. We are. Let me thank MPA, Edugita Maklo, and your friends and GRA boss, SNATE bosses. Omunina, issues debt to any GMPC. All of them understood, especially now your friends saying under the Minister of Energy and Minister of Finance. We had that collaboration. Combat led the discussion. Omunina Epine say. At least yen stagger payments, so that at least we can be paying little by little. So an audited accounts now because how can an institution run for so many years without audited accounts? Wow. Since 2019, you need audited account.
Since 2019?
2019, you need audited account. And it's one of the priorities because as an institution, our person is viable. Not only audited accounts, how can you survive? Into borrow, busia, nyashwe. Into yeso yepe Ghana Audit Agency, Internal Audit Agency, year auditing now. In fact, from 2019 to 2025, your audit report, then Siga Abaso, you know, for the good job we have done. And so there are a lot of things that we had to do. China worker salary was very low, especially no more on contracts. No, you have to meet pija on salaries kakra. On promotions, about 300 petitions for promotions.
Wow.
Some said for 20 years, 30 years, 15 years, no promotions. Hereby, we sat down as management. Like I said, Debbie, I will say it's me, more. And almost every one of them, yes, promoted more. And it's ongoing, young year. Ain't to new buses, now buses now I dada. So we had to buy 3 coastal buses, 3 new coastal buses, 8 pickups, 2 forklifts. Another 60 bus by August ending another 60 bus because 60-seater bus. Okay. Apart from the 3 coastal buses, 60-seater bus in addition to pickups, so that at least we can get workers to be able to move. Because almost every day, you need somebody to be moving to Accra or anywhere to be able to raise funds for you in terms of the operations of TOR was restored very well. The plant, year 28,000, refining 28,000 barrels. Omampenye ba no commission F61 no.
Okay.
Sa F61 no a crude heater. It may peja oil refining no to about 45,000.
Okay.
That's the nameplate capacity. Your capacity 45,000 for CDU.
Okay.
Inti
and I'm 28,000.
Yeah, 28,000.
Okay.
Omampenye this F61 buy in 2016. And I'm buy no person also the no man so ni na then blow ye. Inti for the last 8 years no man found one san kabium. Inti yen buy no na combat car said there be. I will say then yen san represent new machine.
A new machine.
New machine of President Mahama Edima, including 120-ton boiler.
Wow.
They left all like that. Inti after 8 years. Inti F61 and our Penya commission recently. That's on Saturday. Inti no be canwa to say I bet my 45,000 barrels. And the can say Ghana your demand 120 and sometimes 110, 120,000 or 130,000 barrels per day. You're consuming all cars, petrol you're consuming with Ghana.
120,000
or 130,000. But the figures can be gotten by MPA4. Inti said to at me 45,000. Now your other refinery which is sent you Chinese for no at me 40,000. We go more 40,000. Okay. 45 plus 40. 85,000. Yeah. Inti you bet my about 80 to 90% of what, and I said 80% of the nation's demand. Inti Ghana also spending $400 million a crafango imported refined crude.
Refined crude.
Yes,
$400 million.
$400 million every month.
Every month to be
every month I say I buy
$400 million.
$400 million. Inti can you imagine say to ye juma say now you 45,000 barrels.
Yeah.
It means you better reduce the percentage, and I said the import cover by about 40%, maybe 30-40%. What did the mechanic say? Inti say offer even 30-40%, about $130 million. And I thought it me say out of the $400 million. Say sent to so at me year 40,000 no. Of course you can get about $100 million. Inti yan say yet me save Ghana $200 million under $250 million. At least my pressure now I was seeing that is the reality and that's advantage. So we refine wow crude eboa. Inti then share one of the things eboa. Yankasa ya farm go dada.
Okay.
Ghana farm go at least yet minya about 37 million barrels. Yeah, well, about 37 million barrels. I mean, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Jubilee crude, and I said Sankofa, and I 10 fields. No, you're so much in there. Even though are declining, but then say, I said the minister can
okay.
For the last 6 or 7 years, I mean, say, shall that encore like diminishing returns. But so we are beginning to see some recovery of the crude. I mean, our wells. And recently, no Penika say, say Esploco, GMPC Esploco. So almost so then. Onshore, our Keta basins,
okay.
Where they'll start, some drilling of some crude onshore. The Ayenya no air offshore, which is in the western region.
Okay.
And he said, crude way eba TOR almost every time. why would you even worry about importation too much? Why would you worry Bank of Ghana say uncompared dollars, unco fango?
Emra.
And now my penny this is say fango na yen refinance siano. Say ye ton ye ton cities na ebenyano, yan fa cities na to account no more. Yan compare dollars and can say the dollars are quite more obi.
Now maybe sounds our question now. Why you think to that realm honum? Okay. Yes, then present they can say enti one more ton fango na mamono. Sasika no ka say denomination in Congo ya the biana say.
Yes, omo ton fango man. You say your partners.
Okay.
Some partners no. In fact, your ton fango no na nyaska no. I will say your compare dollars.
Okay.
But then say some opinion say there be especially a young local crude, Jubilee crude no. Your Ghana have Jubilee crude.
Okay.
Inti say your to almost the crude no we'll place it in the CD account of Bank of Ghana. I hope you understand the point. We'll place it in the CD account of Bank of Ghana.
Intinamo compare dollar bia.
Compare dollar bia.
Because Ghana
haya inti those ones but that is no and Oka say Minister of Finance and Minister of Energy so the Bank of Ghana so that at least we don't spend that money or huge amount of money looking for dollars to be able to export out there. And this is what is best prudent economic management na Ghana. And one of the things America say is helping us so well. And it's the Israel-Iran war.
Okay.
C'est ECOSO no America, US, Israel, Iran war. Mekache obia oka now can gold border same.
Yes.
Gold is very critical for the economy.
Okay.
Sana cocoa are very critical for the economy. But then these two products we say prices ECOSO we are your friend saying or mine because you get more revenue.
Okay.
Cocoa so ECOSO we say want man nye cocoa and supply amount for I mean, and I say when you talk cocoa, every farmers ho now want me Anton. You understand the point? How no kakra within the farming sector.
Okay.
So we talk good. Now if you want to export it,
okay.
How no ho but then kakra.
Yeah.
You don't see everybody shouting on rooftop.
Yes.
But then say fango any small thing eka fango no. So you realize that the price no cost row amanone. Now transport your friends saying GPRT for no I said there be increase first. Enti now in that is say may increase because me produce plastic bags me yes say enti now affect obi biara. Enti my government ent me here then end that is the reason why se fango cost too much now government abemu aka say me ba be pushing amo. Into all the 2 cities this week and say the 2 cities were reducing for diesel because it tells you say 1 year government won't mean everything will go up astronomically. Until it shows you say to ye juma now we refining wow crude locally ebema fango no ne boy then abafom. That is one of the advantages President Mahama say we need to get the plant back because once we do it now onyano wow chrome all this insurance, any fritter, Ukwakofano was Strait of Hormuz, and I say Iran, and I say Dubai, China, Edeba. You are not faced with all of these challenges because one can say what crude that.
Okay.
And a wow can say what refinery. Into refinery cheaper. Many can say young prices are the market no. Make say even senya 1 city cry lesser than what other refineries are Emma and I say BDC Omodema Ghana. Yes, it's lesser. That is the more reason why you're a store because I will say yet me boy government let me cushion into we won't say prices in the from apart from exchange rate no any inflation no. Your prices from is because we produce with lesser your friends margins no and I say nyama ye the producer refiner no lesser as compared to ebia okwako kra or amanone.
Okay.
So far so good. And I will share one of the advantages of TOR Juma say we blend premix. Premix na wo afaro for use no in TOR na ema. Enya condensate na every Ghana gas we blend it with marine oil and all of those things. Now it menya premix air supply market no. And you realize that premix so far so good cost so ye. Enti se plant ni Juma no apart from say exchange rate no and I say stability in the city, any 1 or 2 things in terms of ABR price in the baba form no, you realize that job creation is also eboa. And then if you check, omo free school in terms of KNUST engineering department, University of Ghana ABA engineering department, UMAT, all the places, no. We are, especially almost what we call the petrochemical engineering, no. Him for no plant be an as a factory be akoye juma no abo. I hope you get it. And TOR is one place. Do one person internship and as attachment and a national service. Person about TOR so that they can have a feel of what the refinery. Boost to knowledge. So that and it's one of the things that training more engineers. Apart from say university training more practical training. No. And then we also want to get more engineers into the system so that Mecca say it's a very good thing that we have done. Yeah, the Mampenya say because without him we wouldn't have been where we are. Even though Okache must say there was no one CD of government in TOR. No correct. One CD be and free government and buy and change. One CD be amba. But then Nyama President Mahama aye on the quiet, including these investors coming to put their monies into TOR. And yeah, at the Kitwa. Because of Piano or Accra Reset, Abontino or Accra Reset, and I say, oh, investors, Mombra. TOR is one of the first, top priorities are all the many.
I see.
That we need people to come and help TOR. And yes, about the ton and I say lease there. Yes, see, what we do more is the tolling. What the fan go no bar. Come and sit with us, work with us, you see your product. You bear refining amount into tolling and sika, and then you can sell your product. In selling, so your market prices are MPA edema, and so only good balance sheet. And now say the cap of $517 million. Now your friends and only audited account who credibility issues. Now when you an investor coming in because of the confidence combat in your management, at least he should tell you that vision that President Mahama, that integrity that he holds high, and I'm ethically down into some of us to be able to attract people to come back on board. This is now as a now person money year jumani na amount for air then eba. Inti kakra and you check say one of the things that out of the time I just started Sahelian market Burkina.
Okay.
Your friends saying Niger, Mali. Almost now more battles say.
It's I'm
telling you, almost beton. I'm beton fango. They load from TOR. They call. I'm telling you, they load from us. And 50 last year, so nabi, year Juma.
I think the last name Coco na tracks be more than 15.
Yes.
Net twaso.
Yes.
But I should number plates and then
yes. Sometimes they normally use our harbor.
Okay.
Some about nyama.
Okay.
Instead, some time ago, the military west bibia ebefa hanum like I'm saying somewhere last year.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you so. One of the things that Mampenyi, that's how he's boosting and I say promoting Ghana.
Wow.
Trying to get our neighbors and everybody to be able to trade with us. Inti then straight to Burkina, and then some will go to Mali, and then some will move to Niger. Mali is here. A whole lot is happening in terms of light outs. And so because of lack of Mali, 50 last year, so many light outs, Inti more adding Kitawo, and we are supplying them through Burkina little by little. And that market is opening. One of the things I say is we want to make sure that yet meet Ghana's demand, which President Amaye tax say 100,000 barrels per day. You see another refinery, which is about 100,000 barrels per day, and then have a petrochemical plant. So I bet including plastics and all of those things. You're after. Yet we can be able to meet the national demand on TOR alone. There was 60 acres land at Daho. You bet me see new 100,000 refineries. I ready.
Our
compound say about 340 acres of land. So Torson. 340 acres. You was so community 25, community 7, and all other places.
Wow.
So at least yet me 100,000 barrels way.
Yeah.
Let me petrochemical plant. Ghana your demand quite 150,000. We should be able to meet it.
Okay.
Because
now from 28 to 45,000.
And the RFC is not bar on stream, which is the residue fluid catalytic cracker. No, a bar on stream.
Okay.
We will go to about 60.
Okay.
You go about 60 so you bet you per se yes your masses nubi, which is the columns, the heat exchangers, some few things, the pumps, and then we can raise the 45,000 even up to about 60,000.
60,000. 100,000.
Yes. So we can get to about 74,000 even with this current plant, and then have another one which is 100,000 oil refinery.
I think so that's a smart move because now maybe sound say sent to a private member.
Yes.
So in any unlikely event sent to kase me juma bi mu a, then all becomes market no. That no we say more drain.
That is why
100,000.
Yeah, that is why sent to so epeja like from 40,000 to 100,000.
100,000.
Last time on Penny so Kakati sold about a month ago.
Okay.
You know, just for the 60,000 to come on board. It's almost so much I say. But then even with that sent you, Yankasa no a store no.
Yeah.
Yet me 60,000 and now 74,000 on stream. You know, with our current planter. And now, 130,000 barrels per day. We should be able to cut half of what the market.
Okay.
I hope you get the point.
Okay.
But then 1 penny per se, yet me refinery producing more in order to export what the Sahelian market to even West Africa.
Okay.
So say I mean, Dangote Nkwana like 650 to 700,000 barrels per day. And he's Nigeria.
Wow.
That's private person, Dangote.
Wow.
But in Ghana, no, as the oil refinery, no. NNPC, Nigeria National Petroleum Commission, no. Omo national plant, no, there. But then Dangote na atmaya on the what. But then the President Mahama said there be ono percent national asset way.
Yeah.
About $1 billion, no.
Yeah.
Get me picture and
Juma.
In fact, one year one man, no, one man the minister no. We dare not to fail. Failure is not an option.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying, that we work tirelessly just to make him proud. Not to legacy be Emma Ghana for say Gold Board, Cocoa Board, and all other agencies are to say na we should be able to upscale it. And that is what we are doing currently.
90.5 FM Suniye, Asin for Sunsuye, Demo Rich FM 98.7. Managers in town, manager, greetings to you. Deputy MD TOR. Fantastic, comrade by our standard. Delivery no super fantastic. Delivery rich sampa Jumano womo Jumano omo Ghana Jumano Castle Baya. Me baby saw one important question about omo mota crafango de base maybe omo activities betimi stop omo year about today so go super XP. And I see I go so omonitor for Edika Subompa. Tigo Super XP product bakwa eboa oka engine mepacho ebe run smooth. What you say? Is say fango no of premium quality. Is the special additive be gumo say ma engine no long give it here. And also boa kama. Ti carnation so 2 per fango papa toa. Bura goal Felix station be Ghana. Okwa ose boache se super XP product no eno an ye nyina ye yusu enti also kojo de ofilia ha waso ba filia kan gola no age so say a good energy Palm Hills so in super papa nipa se utimnya super no se de be yankofa ya de bi amro in super papa de on Palm Hills natural mineral water power specialist about hospital Dr. Kusua Aduaya si ade bi atete wo hepatitis sciatica arthritis gonorrhea syphilis broken bones ulcer any hernia no a power specialist about hospital your kwabenya what you say e won kra ha Samsung Kumasi fi yase and Atakrade Energy Estate ubefre 0244544422 0244544422 wamadam akambi ene de dwumadi enso eto awo etikai na ehye so efa emame ehonum na yekokode akoyedem no Kiddy Eye Care Day, Third Eye Care Innovation Center, na deba Kiddy Eye Care Day. Nyami Adomwa, from 24th to 28th of August, 2026 year, 0 to 17 years. Third Eye Care say yebemo comprehensive eye care package. Just say I have free eye examination, free eye glasses with frame and single vision white lenses. And our face free eye drops. Nina no registration no 100 Ghana cedis. Etika nation and somame. Ebe share at 8 a.m. Akopem 5 p.m. each day. It is a airport branch opposite 4 points. Opposite 4 points. And a North Ridge Sunny FM premises. and a Fredericks Branch Swansea Shopping Arcade. Over Fred 0256 022833 0256 022833. Eti Omada Makambi and a Jumadi no so Ebramo. Eti Yankai na Yen Shannon so. Yabako, you TOR, if you room or other issues, but and focus on your TOR, if you have other issues. Honorable, my so assembly kakra because in here me yeti kromo factory baako the same President Mahama nanka usiye nya nanka po usiye at that time senko timi to aso from 2016 elections na can me say ababe kabhwe ye commander sugar factory me ame mama Professor Ginana opoko ajiban sugar factory wudi din komo ana na yakas omo mtakra sugar bagana no ebinum akwaka no ho sabotiers ena de ade said the TOR konkode ko nanim nanka mri bi nkrofo person privatize ya de ne ton TOR for 10 to 15 years echo for $22 million no womo so kra fango efiri amano ne ba no womo activities entimi enyansu sanso bia e wo TOR expansion ya oka ho asemi say bia se TOR ko nanimu a na kwasibo achebe kra fango finished products e di fiam no ne ba se ne TOR beba na me so madwuma abomenti ene kwan bia so a se TOR nko nanim no e 70 faso that threat no mo jene say
e wo hopa boachi e wo ho sorry Ransford boachi e wo ho because uhwe abra ye ka say ye ba revive TOR no me catch your baby initially say yanyankofo bebre eko minister nchen eko parliament eko mampanyin ho kaka chom said that be don't waste your time in TOR, don't spend any city TOR entimi mba a white elephant a decay a scrap. So all of those, some of those people know
sankrofo
be
okay
yenya in fact you need combat na say some information na ekwa na sa by your table so
wow
inti is one of the things that you catch your workers mo na mo catch and say ade no mo betima page no and asem betima revive
yeah
inti we there mamo don't put us to shame
okay
don't put us to shame because
mama ni mu ase
yet me ye we are mo ankasa on fast wo Ghana for on fast wo because more salaries ever low, more promotions be behind me cause so more new facilities like your washrooms, your canteens, everything was so bad. Into yes me yes aje we my ho benefiting na then ebeba yen champion. And then of course they believed in us. Into sa threat we no eba kakra. Into abra this almost say yasha se no. In fact yen so yanda of course we have to tighten our security. I mean, national security is there, CCTV cameras, we have a whole lot going on, done in, I can't say it out here, but then security-wise, the plant is secured.
Of
course. Wow. And we are not sleeping at all. Wow. We are not sleeping. The workers are wide awake. In America, sometimes at midday, MD to midday, 2 a.m. 8 a.m. So you're running shifts, know, and some of our general managers, our managers, everybody working tirelessly. The unions, everybody is active. I mean, as nipa there, do one per profit.
Yeah.
But then one of the things that you catch on say, so bakoko fa sa crude no every amanone eba na to say na Strait of Hormuz we eba no em say eba no man kaso mo say chale ade we fango there akosrupa and normally they put so much profit on it but then say utme matter eye juma yen kan say yen tom mamo you the same BDCs no emrama Emma Ekwan say Mombra and Chena and Tom Emma OMCs no. So you come, we give it at a very good rate. You also go and sell it at what? Another good rate. That is all. You still will make your profit. Into sa insurance na anka obetua, sa freight na anka obetua, any handling charges ni bibia na anka obetua no. Akani any ho. Obetua service as kano. Enti ye na ebi mo edi nkita no. Ye catch am say don't be so much upset and as a mama can say mon percent. This is Ghana's refinery. And you are Ghanaian. Most of you are Ghanaians. Yantimam ye am boy and hoa. Master forever and ever will collapse. The way Ghana always ye can say be up to now ye airline. That is the same way. and we can't allow to say VRA. Say VRA in there new about 1,000 megawatts a day. Echo. We better do some. And there are some national assets I would say are buying anything a funnel seriously, and that is why President Mahama said he is not letting this go until we revive TOR, and that is what we were able to achieve for him. Into any day, watch it at the whole but so far, Maka said they are on board. Some of them are on board, even though Maka said Ebimotoso still no the. I want to say if you are being men's and woman, so but we are being alert. Yeah. Nobody's sleeping, and then we want to assure you that as Sana Mampenyaka, we will be able to increase our capacity as we go on to be able to give Ghana its own demand.
I think that but workers and so more baso.
Oh yes.
Because I'm for crab to me to sabotage even the system.
Of course. So
our dedication and commitment.
Into security are tight, our internal security, any national security for any like. In fact, baby, are tight.
Wow.
But my bar won't say, "Be cross service or down like it's in there." Or the making sure that every single storage tank and as a pipeline, Bibiano, we have to make sure that I'm for honum. So CCTV cameras, I will have Bibia 24 hours. We are monitoring from my office on my phone, the MD's office and this phone. You monitor Bia movement, and so we don't want to take chances, no risks at all.
I see,
and because this is a $1 billion plant, and then insurance, they be no boy cocoa. And refineries across the world are very expensive to be able to manage. The safety precautions has to be taken seriously. Into one of the things that I invested be into sound to new fire tenders.
Okay.
Sound ambulance, send a buses, forklifts. And then of course every police fire extinguisher or honum, train so many personnel to be able to assist. Fire service also and what okay. So if anything, we are on point. So far, so good with the plant and the workers.
I see. Ordinary Ghanaian OTM TOR transformation we say or revival and for so many demame.
My catcher say one of the things they say, and that was sorry say fuela. One of the things you don't want to see say fuel boy then akosoro. TOR refiner fuel prices then eba form.
Okay.
My catcher say sa insurance, sa freight, sa cargo charges ne bibia no untia because yankasa ya we fan go ya bag within Ghana ya refining ema prices ne there eba form. That is number one. Number two, then they say yam puti pressure or exchange rate no so bebrea e boy cedi.
Okay.
Because ankaska or buying ben here say okakofa akakokra fango that's $400 million no. Esobete. Esuti so e boy your exchange rate no stability.
Okay.
Because exchange rate e cost say cedi ne depreciate here affect me no. E man nyama boy then e cost and so on and so forth. Into a boy on that sector. And then of course, we share job creation in America, TOR juma. By now about 700 workers. Okay, 700 workers, both permanent and contract. But some for 500 workers. Account within 2025. That's 1,200 workers. That's job for the people.
Wow.
And another 200 plus to 300. I'm 285 for Omo Juma on the RFCC. That is currently they are temporary workers, casual workers. 1,200 plus 285. You are talking about close to about 1,500. I hope you understand the point. These are jobs for the people, and then the indirect jobs are and so on and so forth. So there's a whole lot that when the TOR Juma, everybody is benefiting. Your workers on medical way, medical insurance, maritime so they benefit from TOR in terms of on TOR's medical facility. So papa Juma or TOR now retire. And to say Nyamiko Pombe friend no, he continues to benefit from TOR's your friend saying medical facility, he and his wife, and the children. And these are some of the good things all the retired workers say sometimes adwindwin be betima ko but when them say plant very peculiar. Only chemicals in the Juma.
Okay.
The industry and the environment is so much polluted with a lot of these chemicals and things. Sometimes be betima retire. Yare na obehunu ntem after 5 years 6 years no one say be about developing yare bi say cancer say kidney say whatever chemicals na and so we take some of these things seriously. Your allowance kekakra ya dey ma or radiation we we take care of them even after they have left office. These are some of the advantages yenya or no some of our workers or all the workers will get when you come and serve, in Tema Oil Refinery.
All right. Yeah, the toy issues will be here. Na yakọ kudia kuyenim na ya hwade. Menim sa wo more the time people for no kakra na the more baso. Almost democracy is an attack. Mobile according to them almost near mankoyi. To asema okay nyina no. Kwame na penyoma kiti obakaze Mustapha. Cheke. Yete. At 19 na my imagine say mo better 10 people for. Na mo hwe so mo man no.
Oh, me and then the MC because I came to talk about TOR,
Yeah.
but then just to be able to say with the MPP, the question in about position.
Position.
Position. Obia pebebia obejina ye. Na omo opinion no ba omia beka omo say me ya there. What is happening between Nana B,
Yeah.
or then National Vice Chairman,
Yeah.
First Vice Chairman,
Yeah.
Chairman Buga, also then First Vice Chairman. Mustapha Hamid, also then
First
Vice Chairman. But on tips, not sure the Abubakar about one of the relationship with one girl be and now one woman be,
Yeah.
and draw and I said do it.
Yeah.
We attack you, into mobile bunting no more say President Mahama we will deal with you. And this happen all is because one person delegates there to about mom. So they now we in Nana B co-organization now on say let be PA and Ra.
Yeah.
Say almost say the party says that nobody Nana B is not the one organizing the demonstration. I'm saying now GBC online and as a website so and I'm so may for but then party no one said that now the B say you see side the way the popularity. You understand the point so that he can be able to be given the nod. And a bit of jostling for power. Everybody wants to be heard by their for the delegates better than ever to about one. Because but for me, one asumjena yenya sesia no but yenya sa asumjena within the last 8 years. I mean, Manasseh should be able to tell you that he is one of the people who were attacked. Ama Ojane if you mind, and we all know the story. He couldn't sleep in his own country because of sorry now against President Akufo-Addo. Anamibwa Ojane ye and to say be a later on oba so they see what ameswalemu. So you see on some of the Star FM journalists any Latif Idrisu Joy FM. Almost every journalist was attacked. In fact, can you boy now or your friend saying
Yeah.
so tomorrow. Yeah, you understand the point? Very good. Who had one pastor kwa okasa na osro. Yanche otubimpa.
Yeah, omoche.
Omoche no anamibwa.
Yeah.
Uda kwa kambi bika kra etia omampenyi Akufo-Addo, omampenyi that Akufo-Addo, and I say any of their people. Sesi anombecho. But then you realize that we were insecure under the MPP regime. And the same afenyo case are ultimate court within Friday Supreme Court ent nase utminya panel et nase utminya judgment that same day utminya obibia on that same day. Today catch and say you are lampooning the court saying say nyankopon ya sebi nyankopon pengu say momo ba you bring back tokono. I mean, how can you even think like we? This should tell you that these people they have never changed. I had to say so that we can be able to make sure that we prosecute them for all those who are corrupt, They feel that but Nanabi say, the authorities must watch it. Abra President Mahama last rally at Medina. Nanabi obia oka tre Ghana for now say election
Yeah.
Yabeto back on say one particular day on Friday or so. Now to another one. That's deceit, public deceit.
Yeah.
And President Mahama Kwaka said we will deal with that person. And I said because you were deceiving voters.
Yeah.
So that pay almost say Yabeto MPP phoning there on this day. Yabeto in this phone on this particular day. And I expect to say he should be arrested. Nana B should be one of the people who should be arrested. So comments now look at the kind of things they say even out there. Mustapha, your friend saying deputy is it youth organizer and I said
yeah, Mustapha is it Osman?
No, Mustapha Haruna and Mustapha Mohammed, one of them. And so Osha yen NDC. Watch in under President Kufo. Okay, I say Kwame Pepra, your opinion Kwame Pepra. I'm on 4 years, between 2001 2009. Kwame Pepra, I'm on 4 years. Omoma Victor Solomon 8 years. Omoma Dan Abudakpi 10 years. Omoma Chatuchi Kata 5 years. Omoma Malam Isa, even though not near PNC, but as I said on Kaomono, Omoma no also then 4 years. Ibrahim Adam Omama 2 years. Omochichi Yanko for Sipayanke Munina Yamanu 2 years. Under President Kufo. Yeah, by and at most catch me one MPP person between 2009 and 2012 at most by you know. Ochi Omo. Catch me at most President Mahama in 2009 2012. Catch me one person. Dabi. And then you go to President Mahama from 2013 to 2017. Tell me Nipa Bakwa Ochi and the MPP. Dabi. But then Oba President Akufo-Addo. Oba you know. Ochi Philip Asibi. Asibit one. Omani 12 years.
Yeah.
Osanchi Bafo Boni 6 years.
Yeah.
Osanchi William Tevi.
Yeah.
Omani I'm say 5 years. Osanchi almost said name Tamakul, even though no want me answer be wahano
like 10 years.
Yes, 10 years. You understand the point? And then Daniel Axim, the director of operations at Master, Omani also 5 years. So Omo the Omo bar. Whether it is true or not, why you answer one year there? I will say Omo to me catch a Ghana for say essence Omo can say why you corrupt no. Omoni evidence ground now, so now they do go to. And you see, you can't sleep when you put somebody in jail when the person has done no wrong. So send a because I can't about everybody got to know, and they say, and they said the name there, it's sticker. And all this conversation started from Kennedy Japan. Make a show. It started from Kennedy Japan time. Abra, and the sticker was Kennedy Japan's person.
I see.
Into Usha campaign recently, why the sticker eco support? That is how it started. Into a man FM now, then it started to say we have to deal with Sedinam, we have to deal with Ernest Thompson, that's Snit. I would say you're dealing with some few people. You have to start something like that. And I to force money now buy, you know. Can you coupon anka on about to force anka no so ambulance case way. It was a non-starter. But then for MPP, esa or multimoding wickedness. I don't know how to say it in tree, but then you know some of the it's more day and then they have no sympathy or empathy for anybody. They want to now use this opportunity to come and say more tating and call for. You have no right to even speak about say tating more. I mean, so what will be look at the kind of vulgar languages as our TikTok girls TikTok with on page and I say Ghana for.
Say free speech.
Let me tell you, and then but now say free speech.
Yes.
Transport. Kotna other station, me person member other station whether they all Kokomile and then they all Adabraka and whatever. Kotna Naka say your friends and pastor Archbishop say or you say pastor where you say and I say chief imam you say Obaka say me and I say Obaka say judge be say judge way or you say ni say I'm sure so Obaka say me sign what me hear panel discussion na ya kasa unka say David we there
kasa we there
I don't know unka say free speech I don't know unka to me unka say mama nka now we say mention sign it means when them say ada make
the guys of free speech
yes you see free speech has its limit you can't where your freedom stops is where somebody's own word begins yet me can say because of free speech and you see one thing that person make catch you Ghana for you now and they say when we are swearing in and I say you call sorry now call mosque now opie now oba.
Okay, Salam Mustapha sem na person okay.
Yes, Salam Mustapha, yes.
Okay, Bozi, thank you.
Yes. Bozi Michia Bozi. Madam for UK.
Bozi
oh yeah, Madam for na okay Christian center. Me call UK no me call in one of the fantastic gentlemen. But then you see under the guise of free speech why would you come and sit and be insulting people? The guise of people. What when him say the answer me ya pastor in there and now imam be.
Yeah.
Na imam can say oh they me that show. But then the supporters no ebia adena omo ya omo fa ncheme.
Eno dia.
Because SARS preach and ma interquire besi which country your friend say Rwanda.
Yeah.
And I'm in the guise of free speech say yenjai inti mesre Ghana for say SARS someone can say oh free speech yema obi ankasa de open no it can hurt the economy, can hurt the state. How do you go say oh MPP ni wa sorry o person we popular o person ba me say oh ye juma now wa start say oh ye omampanyi President Mahama now oh ye first lady Lodina Excellency Lodina Mahama oh ye obia in the name of words of free speech. Why can somebody speak that to or no Afenyo can so be ya ni papa say ni papa say ya will you forgive the person? So be ya another omamia on this particular will you forgive the person? There be So I'm begging that we should be able to know where we are as Ghanaians. Say, we are God-fearing people. Our nation is bounded by, biblical things and Islamic things, so that at least, define your own say, respect for elders, respect for your fellow human beings, no, a part of faith. So don't sit there and say, oh, media free speech, I can insult anybody. We haven't done anything to them. What is this demonstration for? And there, Sabi, how ma yen for yako.
Yeah.
Dr. Mane Boama and the Mutala
Yeah.
Sapon Monina, Yamamu Yako 1 year. And the MPP of all people. You are not even mourning these national heroes. Now, for Saturday, we say, demonstration. It should tell you that you don't mean well for the people of Ghana. And so, for me, I think that Obia per se election time will do. And so, we must make noise. Or some mean noise. Now, delegates, and we say, we say, your more guy be was Sunani, your friend Baba Mando, so America's there no scar, or you say, $55 million and Ghana cedis, right? All of these people, it's all about delegates. It's all about delegates. Inti me sure say won to me now omokoche won to me ko no. Say what they say be more the jubility and I want jubility within their own party.
Won to me there.
Oh, jubility. Now say only will be say Ransford only me eco contest and they produce eco contest national chairman. Now them at say we a strong competitor. Na ye chill eco kuma me won't be happy. Almost poppy champagne. And that is the kind of people we are talking about. Among themselves they don't like it. In there yenya base party. Your friend saying Alan party, and so they don't know even where to hold. The party is in tatters. The truth of the matter is that Justin Kodia, one person, as for national chairman, they will know or call exile.
Oh, okay.
And national chairman general mosquito cast or person or acting chairman. And that's a party and so for me, they want to do something to raise the hope of their own party people because they know that the next person Obeko in terms of jail.
Okay.
And see, they have to just create something. Do shagidi so the Americans there no and go say what they bought last time. First I got no 300 Ghana cedis. Ghana to say on name officer. Almost friend say Omachi or my boy or my it should tell you even this demonstration how many of the MP people went there, how many of them almost to say amount for let's pay money, let's get them. I know some of the boys in Fadama, in Nima, and the rest are and for me there's nothing to hold on some of these things.
All right, Constitutional Review Committee for Jumodi Omodie.
Yeah.
So far report Oma presented the Ama buying so last week, somewhere last week, the Attorney General press conference stated the position of the government. Some clauses be a woman and we has be amended, and then the issue about term of President Mahama on call, monco, bilim so President Mahama unyaya obeko ono say men call constitution no it is clear say 2 terms. If we say 2 terms, no, is it a continuous terms or we knew already and power because intermittent. That is a break. Why do you stand all this conversation?
But for me,
I have
I have a different rendition on this.
No problem. I mean,
you almost say the constitution is clear and so forth. You say Emra manipa.
I know correct.
What I say, nipa.
Nipa no so na emra no.
Yeah, nipa so na emra no. And na emra na wo hwe within a period no fi say ebia nyema 1 or 2 things atochima. So ye den sakramo. FIFA rules ye ball. FIFA rules bebre o say ye ball this the first half. Now you call half time 45 minutes and I'm now samba another day 45 minutes time now ball and you better take him say 15 minutes now samba 45 but and there you call World Cup rules now by no almost say then hydration break almost the rule be anabewa you say imran bebre almost there in terms of if you are okita ball no chair and I say we say this here emra there as time goes on you look at and see how best you can weigh so third term at some way. And yes, I'm President Mahama want to make and I've said some of these things in the past. Me say maybe the baby ayabedu no. The reason for which almost 2-term limits it was a reason. In 1992 constitution, so that at least almost where President Rollins are chair 19 years, we are chair and so and so. But then once we have been able to now, you're building your democracy. Now we are standing on the solid foundation. I hope you understand the point. Yeah, about 6 elections. I'm saying 1592.
Yeah.
92, 96, 2000, 204, 208, 2012, 2016. I'm saying, is it about 7 or 8 elections?
Yeah, 8.
Yeah, 8.
9.
Fantastic. And in all of these elections, so far so good. You understand the point? But then the point is that when you do elections, elections are, what do you want to achieve? It's prosperity. It's progress. And that, you can say, Boache, your term limit are parliamentarians and legislature. Yeah, your 3 arms of government.
Yeah.
Judiciary, executive, legislature. Your term limits are legislature. There be parliament, Ubetima consent to the kingdom come.
Yeah.
And I'm
As for parliament, yeah.
Parliament Ubetima. Judiciary, your term limits are now.
Term limit about age.
Age. Do you get the point? Say,
retirement
70.
Yeah, 70.
Compulsory one is 70.
Yeah.
And I'm retirement is not.
Yeah.
So how come they say, the term limit edit to presidential so? Meaning said there was Arjuna Omode by and Omo constitution. No, it was a good reason for which they brought. But then Sanka, you applies our term limits now, that's the age limiter, which would have done it for all the organs of government. My and Yebi and Jaibi. It is how you sue age. Who you sue
baby age.
Baby there, Bibi and your.
Yeah.
Into Honorable Bagwin say, on no call for the longest serving parliamentarian, 1592. And I'm until Oka said that we were bread and a speaker of parliament.
Yeah.
For me,
yeah.
But then for me, I feel that the party no represent to serve football.
Yes.
And there Messi and Ronaldo. Say Messi aboma Argentina now say okay Messi or only 2 times about my World Cup. Now Messi still ne active football last 4 years no person retire, but the almost convention they say Umbra and Amibua, and then he came back. And see my country no and decided my party and decided and can say oh me person you feel the candidate way. And about it say oh for the candidate and you say you can say obi per 3rd term into your elections so. No, that is not the case. Say obi person say Nana Akufo-Addo say Baumia say President Mahama say Kufuor say Rawlings so Sebi. You understand the point? So the Pakolo person occur even another term. We will go through elections, both internal and external and general elections. Within the party may be a for internal elections. So even if you are a sitting president, I hope you understand the point. Constitution may be a say, internal elections.
Okay.
So what to me we need internal elections now? Even as a sitting president, want to me we need you lose. That's internal elections. NDC by year, MPP by year.
Yeah.
So who we are, then you go put yourself for external election, which is the general elections. Ghana for okay, when I may say my 2 terms, me percent me another term, me party for their mommy into Monto Aba. And so the general election, Ghanaians are going to decide whether they want you or they don't want you. So it's not as if say Obi say 3rd term, you are going to put a gun to Ghana and say I automatically say or continue without any election. That be let's get it straight. And now you see, one of the things we must also understand is the democracy free US for now, let me say the US because of this 4 years.
Yeah.
Almost all countries in the world, I mean in Africa, watch it. If just give me a minute.
No problem.
All countries in where my year just a small. I didn't know you even discussed this matter, but then I just saw, and that is why ABR amended constitution for the 5-year term. Almost all countries, almost all the countries in Africa, from Algeria, 2 5-year term in Algeria, 2016. Angola 2 5-year term, Benin 7-year term, Botswana 2 5-year term, Burkina Faso no limit, Burundi 2 7 years, Cameroon unlimited 7 years, Cape Verde 2 5-year term, Central African Republic unlimited 7 years, Chad 2 5-year term, Comoros 2 5-year term, Cote d'Ivoire 2 5-year term, DR Congo 2 5-year. Almost everyone 2 5-year, 2 5-year, 2 5 years. That's 5 years, 5 years. And now in there, so I adopted like 5 years.
5 years, yeah.
So why is it that Ghana for say about the constitution by baby say yeah we thank God, but say about the 30 say that I am why? No, maybe sir. Why should it be so? It's not as if the person is going to be automatic president.
Okay, you
are going to go through election internally. And then proceed to go to a general election externally. And then, one of the things I want you to understand, the longest serving, your friend saying, Putin, Russia, omo come ni anaso omo come chi.
Omo common in power.
One am president.
I find it say cry.
Putin.
Yeah. Vladimir Putin.
Putin, meboa. And they are one of the biggest way. China, one hour China. Xi Jinping,
Yeah.
Today, how many years now? Why akunya so? And then China, no, today that's from 2012, 2013, or by Is China not one of the developed countries in the world?
Is almost for years.
Nti almost is some president, and so president
Bakuna.
You understand the point? So the argument say, I'm not saying that Abubakar say, unya a bad leader. Say, some bad leaders.
Yes, I'm not forced so can say.
Yes, it's because a battle on the to. Say President Kufuor, na mamwa anya maye. Opeso called Tetema. You understand the point? The people of Ghana will definitely reject him at the polls. And that is the elections are about. So the elections are also in 2024. It was a vote of no confidence in Akufo-Addo administration. I hope you understand the point. Same way in the election that went on in 2016. President Mahama, Juma Bibre, no more said there be Yampemo, Munko International. It means that whoever you even put there, they will say, Ghanaians will say, we don't want you. So the point is that for me, if the party puts you first, it's the party we should be voting for. What did the mechanic say? The party should be the one. The party ne person every Ransford Boache equals to 5 times, 4 times because it's your best candidate. To say Messi, Omodin Oko World Cup, say we'll present you because it's our best player, and I say Ronaldo, Omodin Oko. Let the party vote for the party. The party as send the presidential candidate is the party we are dealing with. But why are you say your person you call the 2-term limiter? And the Yanka say, Yam vote party out. Watch it to me. Because if it is the party or the individual, it shouldn't be about the individual, it's about the party. The party is the one floating. Yeah. So if you don't like the party, Yanka say Ghana for Yampe NDC. Then 2-term limit, NDC, when you're 2-term, then don't fool any other person.
I see.
I hope you get the argument I'm making. Don't fool them up because we don't like you.
But committee the trans now.
Yes.
One man touch it.
That is why I'm saying that you see, Obi say people the court.
Yeah.
Even the court. But me man say even in Canada, it's the parliamentary system.
Okay.
There are other countries that are practicing where they are serving, their leaders are serving. Oko, your friends, Tajikistan. Is it Tajikistan?
Yeah.
The president is still there. Oko, your friends, Tunisia, and some of your friends and countries are. Yeah. You see some of the presidents still serving, and including Belarus and the rest. There are countries that are also doing so well with their single president, or the common president. Saudi Arabia, almost some president, say monarchy.
Yeah.
Are they practicing democracy?
No.
And then let people not think say, so we say, we are under maybe say democracy. No, it's like your core in this particular way is we are going you're betting amount for some, and I say we are going to put all our democratic pillars out of the way. There be for me, once you say that some constitutional amendment can be done. If somebody decides to say that, okay, I also suggest that a 3rd term for any president, it should be whether it's 3rd term or 4th term or 5th term. Let the party decide to fill the candidate. Once parliamentarians are given non-stop, what did the mechanism say? And then the judges are giving only age bracket. You're sure how to be able to marry the two, but stopping somebody into watching and then when the reduce age, friends saying presidential age limit to 35 years.
Yeah, 35.
Into young friends say we are 35 years.
Yeah.
Now we have 4 years. 35 to 4 years.
Yeah,
then
35.
39.
So that should be around 40 something.
They are behind.
Okay,
so plus
35, 39.
39.
So that's
plus 40,
43.
43.
What we?
Meanwhile, you are still young and active. Look at the point I'm making.
I think you
are still young and active. Obama, look at the time he finished. But Oyobi and come back and say, to us, and I continue to go. Until for me, I think that the party now, young man is in your party. Like some of them here in parliamentary system in other countries, once the party fools you in UK, the party in the AU where we. If the party passes a vote of no, until you come to me, I'm a president, prime minister, within a twinkle of maybe 3, 4, 5 months, it's the party. Once the party fools you, that should be it. But you can't apply one rule and say here no term limit. Speaker of Parliament say, more term limit must speak of Parliament.
Yeah.
Once the people have the majority in Parliament to be able to vote for him, Obet Marcos up to 70 years. That's the point. So why should there be a gap for what? Listen, I feel people would look like, you're now president on, but what about if you get a president which is good as well? How do you weigh the two? So you have a bad president, but he's going under election. If you have a good president, Obasanjo elections. So for me, let's all put our heads together and see those development countries that we are talking about. Dubai, how many presidents are there? We all moved there. China, for instance, Canada, and all those places that are moving. Apart from the US and UK and some few places, how many of those developed countries are? Because almost some president Rwanda even are Yakasano. I mean, it's Paul Kagame.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that we should have an autocratic leader or we should go back to autocracy whatsoever. But also Burkina Faso Krano, Papa we Oba independence anniversary.
Yeah.
Sorry, Oba inauguration of President Mahama. One enya applause tell every president apart from President Mahama. One enya applause.
Oh no.
Oh yeah then. Or a democratic leader.
Dabi.
Autocratic leader.
Autocratic.
Because Juma S on minor. He's doing so well, changing the fortunes of the people of the country. True. So for me, I think that the issue of third term or what, it's not about President Mahama now. What I say about President Mahama, the people have gone to court. I don't want to judge it. The court will come up with its own verdict. But I think that once your party decides to field you, and once you have allowed the party to contest the election, let the party choose whichever candidate they want to put.
All right.
And then let's vote for the party.
Okay. Yampiki Kos Kakra, Deputy MD for TOR, Ura Mustapha Abubakar. And Motene Kakra Ewahanom na CBG say shine your eye when you receive urgent emails and messages about your CBG account. Fraudsters and they almost create fake website. I'll take you over a month for accounts na the day. And you are na say fake links be and emails be bar or phone so na it's about your CBG account. I am why I show you yes sir. Obeka Sano. Obefre 0302216000. We know a cessation of manual paper-based operations. NLA for the diaba. Sir management ne and they only inform all private lotto operators. I'm from PLO Suno. Say in accordance with the terms of their license agreement. DT 30th August 2024 no the use of manual paper no Mr. What that time no aso effective August 1 2026 it's not just no I don't know it when we try to know manual paper no I say the time no aso in two pages movie and I say all PLOs agents and writers who do not comply with the directive if national banner Mr. What that untimi e operate it be free 0266 087966. Me bacho wani.
The great Alhaji of the Pokati.
Alhaji yanko.
The dasene ajimapa oyebo magana. The dasene wafa deputy TOR we eba. Nyankopo nadum wa beka de ewo se efata ajuma omuye ye esre. That because the only appointment can we say a Jumana Uyano, one ya managing me, two, Usa ya I'm my party education, third, Usa I am a one cata a month for a you to say yes. Sebi, that could be the usual position there, over finding because of the other task. So, a year Juma, Ghana, your mobile toy. Into Omuniro Momo, Momum bet now, the chance of being the catcher of Muslim, the first car, BM the dad or Mum the Cabia, na as my papa or Muja Elena, I say, the Dasu.
Okay, may I say, me ba join you.
Hey, watching
Lord Garafianko.
Me chair, a penny now about Wakasapa Ama, Makuma Tommy. And this is a gun on the one you for what are. And before you move by and the one by dear Bonnie Pow. Share. If you work at no crop on you, certain money, current administration of Muyeduma. Let us a part go, a couple of times, let us say, Omuka be cry and fat. And teachers a Ghana point, a couple of the present any year, na. Oh, Bonnie Benny Yakufado, any penny for you. That's your ma, now Muya. Mama yen tetemo almost 30 way tabu na ni tetem omunyanko ye pure munyanko bi ana partner egu na se du keja ko yen tim tia mama mo na I fine muni nyakopo eduma
but that's it me ba join you
Ninya by Mamma Mawa, Jonah Huntison.
Eben me who ye, young choir.
Medasi. Near Jumapa, Moya Boa, my Ghana. Na Meda honorable combat. Mebona Basso. So the deputy Abetina, no to match church in some year. Indeed, Mr. NDC bar Ghana, a fan in Tama Petra. Yenya Bambi bets now 8 years. I went to me and Vamputo. Into a near tall aside then, a man whom raised me. The GDC and check Ghana for the best side then, out of fuel. And found to quite basic Iran, US, and Israel, a baby farmer because he said, TOR, Juma. They said, Juma Mudu or Yen, someone cost I a shell mudding. Let him pabwa too much. Someone could grow senior no can say, no more year night, 24-hour economy, air cost or into tomorrow. Nancy Ghana who don't see, yes, you didn't pabwa too much. It's a son I happen. And this idea, ye basse bear may into fact demonstration be or more year. Or my I can see numbers of more burning calories. You say Ghana best have fun in time and preference. I say Ghana is in good hands. Your finance minister be or no one shot at a full form of parliament and my verses upon the verses from the Bible near Jumra where Johnny said on your Ghana need you. Into your show with your own costume and say Ghana be ye. Medase.
Mr. Medase, me ba one year.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. Udino of your Casafre.
But I like Karim.
I like you, Casafre.
We got for post segment, KGB district.
Yanko.
But she already every time I see you from Boga, Boga, opportunity does power, who bought you Casabochi. And I remember, so I had or and but she, okay, Yamako, Mintia said, full me to be the commission ever. But if we've been cut up for this defense and catch you, the commission ever, we can cut, no. But she, full no, okay, I buy no, no. Because okay, again, I'm pool or echo debut. How many people were so? I say a won't be no abaso. And about what I think be a democrat in Caribbean. Station may charge you. Be a fit and this and do on move. Set out d'avoir. A theoretical here up to Becky. This time, on a dupona, echo. Most are to make it does start to KTV. Mentia watching would be so. Momo would be
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, I say, you better hear your word, man. Me join you. Hello.
Boachi.
Yes, sir.
Hello, Boachi.
Yes, I'm Metonka.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Ayo, me pocho, kuju yuwa, chufu praso.
Yeah, quite, senior.
Boachi, ewie di kan ya babo abaso. Ewie wini umpeni pono wa mwesha o maka sama no atoma kumaso. Na mempa kwenya odi amami so, Enchia Central Regional Minister, Eko Pain Orchard Edriamwa, Akra Babia Wobia Lewa Sumjo Income. Nemincha incoming Central Regional Vice Chairperson, Chupu Etimo kwa former MP. Dr. Samoato Amwa, Akra Ewie Mitchell. Boachi share no crab kope. Yenianum MPP for your moon pebia. Sabio, Boachi. Omwadwin yo omose omanka na yetimin MPP for nkwan ni nimpa enso entesa na dia abedwafo eken na wo hwe omampani tata kufo na penso NDC for omoba chichire omudi omugu prison bra obi anke bibia o na omose emra na eye adwuma na mo moba ye moko opposition ya kan na mose ane mose nyan yediska mo ma chichire nya ye diska mama chetre emra animu din so a mo se ye kwaye de mobra edura ye no mu a enka sinan katakra me ye ba den ye timi anum se eduro no na me de minim se sa de mo ya mo ye bra emfa so bia ne so we intimi for mo free opposition emba ban mu nya me pengu se nyankopon be ye bone kasi bia etisa ahoche bebrebe a o mampeni ekufado and in about Umiane can Oforiata dear Bacomo 8 good years. And then Oforiata Yemusa Gana Manimu. Why no Wabaya Finance Minister? Now by our query, ya, we're Johnny Aquaquatna US. And yet Kufado, and then what I say Oforiata Bra. MPP for the day no more, no. And India, so I'm young and fair.
But I say, Benfa last caller now, you're up here near call. But you want you?
That was it.
Yes, sir.
ABBB is capital Techuman.
Techuman for Intima.
You, I said that, dear. I mean, count home. Now, Bema or two, when you know. I mean, Shirano. Say, or qua one catch a combat say. What tick will be a new, and to know a entity a part into Yami and Cano. Or Monfano Cre, ni Perperio, and Fanya a Chuma, and Magana Mine, said John. Dramani, Mahama, baby, oh, be a Michan area winnow. Yame, and Shiran no Shiragana, my win him. Dear, me allege in the same, Miss Sira, the end is for a Gisa, didn't say a chopano et tuma. Yanu Muya Yadrin, Yadrin, Mr. Wachi. The answer maker, Obi Afag, Hannah Sika, and now what in a area Ketemu, and a walk catch a man science. Kumasi Chrome 4. Wo pam no wo pai no kromfo no so e pai kromfo e na wo kɔ enti sɛ ɛno under attack a ɛsɛ sɛ yɛgye yɛ sika nyina afiri ɔmo nkyɛn a na ɔmo ankasa de ɔmo ho abɛto ne di ne sɛn kata wiase sɛ ɛyɛ wɔmo a na wɔmo asa bɛpa akyɛw biom na mo asa agye atum na obi atua ka no akɔtena ase din da bi bo akye yɛbɛsɛ saa deɛ ne deɛ mo tsi saa atɔpa ne ntum da
But
I say we say, so, Yami and Kamoho. Now, a woman,
yeah, talk about Juma and one no. Deputy MD, yeah, call wrap up message.
You see, me the my main country Ghana for say the NDC government is there to save Ghana, to create jobs for our people. Yeah, call for Bibrewa Monday Juma year, and that is one of the priorities. So that as much as possible, yet me Juma Emma or more. So that they can also feed their families. Inti Obi Biara where we are Ghana Sika, the law must deal with the person so that we Ghana can get this money back. Thank you so much. Greetings to all the staff, management, the board, our managing director, Combat of Tamawa Refinery.
To Monyame, Pesanka, oil, maybe Nunum Kakra.
Yes, you see solar.
Okay, yes, crying. I was at the Abubakar in the way. You shall see at 1 p.m. and now we ha any demo AC. Asidaka sian koma panikasia nei osena da jene Ghana be din komo. Alhaji Mustapha Abubakar Batalima, Deputy Managing Director, Tema Oil Refinery. In fact, Oma Bojuma papa mani Omanga Sato Mohanim T. Sisiano. Me just sure say reshuffle bi aba momo ho de president mamo timi fa ne ho enko kra because said my adwuma we na yes de wapota mana afie no onchiri se ode bebom di ono boss de mo ka ho awu ebia na osuyeyi akokesiem mo inherited dust. I didn't see my BBIT. Yago Shamo and the commitment and dedication must show Ediama Madagana. Watching ye, Yami Admochna, Yeswama, Yabesanshia. Of a key takes over your radio. Yakramo.
Ghana for Madam High Sense in you. Yaka High Sense, Mwamun himself a home appliances. F. Eye papa, entry power, ne buona so dafo. High sense ubeto agruchi. Sa quality na ubeto ne Ghana. And nunti na yenya hoto so ya mau 5 years manufacture defect warranty. Air condition, television, say refrigerator, washing machine, sound system, gas cooker, electric cooker, smartphone, and iron. The one dear, yes, and a power bia. And Tipora High Sense showroom bia. Quite dear. High Sense, everyday prices for everyday people.
30 years ago, MTN arrived in Ghana and everything changed. Now to celebrate 30 years, we are giving back big time. The MTN at 30 promo is here. 9 Toyota Land Cruiser Prados to be won. Over 10 million Ghana cedis in rewards, plus so much more. Connect to your everyday hustle on MTN. Make video calls. Browse the internet for business with family and friends. Connect your home to MTN Fiber. Make that money move on Momo and stay ahead because every move counts. Ghana, let's celebrate 30 years of MTN with the MTN at 30 promo. Use more MTN services, build more points, and win big. Dial *530# or visit the My MTN app for more.
Good energy powers the things that people do to empower themselves. It fuels families, communities, businesses. Good energy fuels nations. It gets things going and keeps them moving. Good energy isn't just what we do, it's who we are. Goyle, good energy.
Admissions. This August, begin your future at Valley View University, the only university that gives you more than a degree. The 2026-2027 academic year begins at all our campuses, Oibi, Kumasi, and Techiman. At VVU, our holistic education builds character, nurtures faith, and prepares all students for real impact in the world market. Our alumni are excelling in fields such as computer science, biomedical engineering, nursing, midwifery, education, communications, business administration, agriculture, agribusiness, theology, and more. Choose VVU. Learn with values, lead with confidence, and serve with excellence. Admissions are open for the September 2026-2027 intake. Apply now at admissions.vvu.edu.gh. VVU, excellence, integrity, and service.
National Petroleum Authority say, Mawabambo hu hiya ukane. Ain't no, stay back and stay safe. National Petroleum Authority, ebo bibia kokose, se fuo tank enya kwenshia, ne dania, men ko ho nkwaye wadwen se, o kwosisa petrol anafa ngo no. Ena finso, menye wadwen se wo ben fuo tank enya kwenshia ne ho, akwa kodwitwa videos, ana pictures. Na petrol anafa ngo wo hwenso, uhua ko wo mu a, enye sunsu aso bone, e wo apomodensem so. Fango nso, e ho ahometinti no. Enfom so akitu ebi, ebetumi ameja tom, amana jise wom. Eba ne sa, nipa dodo timi femu hihye, ehwe mo nkwa, emeja pade dodo na nso esei. Eno nti, memfa wo nkwa nto chacha. Enye sa, obenu ho nkwa na nyina. Se wo hu se fuo tanke bi enya akwanhia, na dane amafango no ebugu mpa. Sha na wa aman ho da. Stay back and stay safe. Emomo no, aya fredum je dwumayefo, ana posifo, no mo mehwe so ano. Wutumi nso, efre National Petroleum Authority, ewo 0302-550-380. Kaise, wunkwa wo hoi, ehu hia bebre, esen sa fango no. Kokoboi, National Petroleum Authority, enede bro.
Obo, me who ye? What's the rudia so? Adai.
Enede mewe yabo. Doctor Simenya hepatitis B.
And you know what? Oh, hine Dr. Akosia Dia. What power specialist herbal hospital? Hey, ya dear was Sanya Bini. What hepatitis? I hear someone word on Kwang Krong. Nancy Bibi for Quakensi. One of the hepatitis award. What ya to be America? The UK Bruchimem. Naka Swajino Qua. Sir, na fatally found what fryer don't you? Ebeko. Prostate, second part to coma bosso. And all set it, say what? Seko to Genoa, Goso Gra. Fako Power Specialist Herbal Hospital. Oh, we're drunk, sir, and you went qua. Oh, say ya the Odobi.
Oba, unchira me hosa mebre.
Kumasi, what will say yes, select some Giro. Jasper Filling Station overseas. And grind. Quabenya, Pokiasi, SCP Quantum Poniso. Takrade, Anaji Estates, Anaji MA Primary School. Shanimu. Telephone 0244 544 422 0200 383831. WhatsApp 0555 797878. Power Specialist Herbal Hospital. Your dear last stop.
Bank that supports you. A bank that cares for you. Hand in hand, we stand with you. So lift your head up. Big dreams days are waiting. We'll walk with you wherever you go. Where all your dreams come alive. CBG will make you smile. We will rise with you. Your business will flourish. Your name will stand out. Consolidated Bank, CBG. We stand with you.
From the center of the equator, from the western part of that continent, from the southern part of that country, from the crest of that road, waves are radiating at high speed from gate to gate, door to door, room to room, stereo to stereo, speaker to speaker, from that station Radio Gold on that dial 90.5, where the difference is obviously crystal clear.
Akola kilelo lo kolo koli kili kama membe bole vele mama loza ela kabaya. Why?
Radio Gold, 90.5 FM, live on the live. Do it, stop.
Ayé mi bọ́lá fún ọ Jésù, ẹ̀mí mi ń fògo fún ọ Jésù. Ayé mi bọ́lá fún ọ Jésù, ẹ̀mí mi ó fògo fún ọ Jésù. Ayé mi bọ́lá fún ọ Jésù, ẹ̀mí mi fògo fún ọ Jésù. Alanana kalama lebe lozuvele kamana yeno. Oh, oh.
Ghana's Gold.
Radio Gold, 90.5 FM, live on the live.
You are not a man. You never lie. There is nothing that you cannot do. You are the covenant keeping God. You're not a man. Rama Musai. There is nothing that you cannot do. There is nothing you cannot do. Covenant keeping God. There is nothing you cannot change. Covenant keeping God. There is no man. There is no man. There is no man that you cannot lift. You are not a man, and there is nothing that you cannot change. There is nothing that you cannot change. Covenant keeping God. There is no sickness that you cannot heal. You are the covenant keeping God. You are the covenant keeping God. There is nothing. There is no situation that you cannot turn around. There is no circumstances that you cannot change. There is no man that you cannot lift. There is no story that you cannot change. There is nothing that you cannot turn around. You are the covenant keeping God. There is nothing. There is nothing that you cannot do.